again. Welcome to Quarantine Yoga. It is my home isolation series. We are at Ocean Shores with Christina is joining us today, my sister, and my lovely niece Gabriella. So we're all going to be demonstrating. Today we're going to work on some stretches, and then we're going to get into a shoelace position just to show you different angles. My niece will be showing you a side angle, and my sister Christina will be turned around so you can see what it looks like from the back. And this also to show you any age can do this. This is something you could do with the family while you're home, just to remind yourself to help relieve some stress, get some stretches in, stay active in your body, and healthy in your mind. Okay, so we're going to start by settling in. I always recommend at the beginning to sit on a block or bolster. We're using pillows today. If you're happy sitting on the floor, that's fine as well. So sit in a place that's comfortable for you. It could be cross-legged. It could be hero's pose with both your knees together, pillow maybe underneath you that way, whatever works. And from here, we're just going to begin to arrive in the space that we're at. So settling in through your sit bones. And then on your next inhale, you're going to elongate through your spine, breathing all the way up, shooting out the crown of your head, elongate all the way up to the heavens. And on your exhale, root yourself back down into the floor. And on the next inhale, you're going to let your chest rise up, allowing your shoulders to roll back and down. Your hands will come to rest on your knees or your thighs. Your hands could be facing up or down, doesn't really matter there. Your chin is going to be tucked slightly, and your eyes are going to be soft or closed. Once you're here, take a few minutes and just start noticing the natural rhythm of your breath. And at this point, don't make any attempt to change how fast or how slow your breath is moving through your body, but just begin to notice it. And just by noticing it, you'll notice it begins to slow a little. And pay attention to any places in the body where it just feels like the air is moving really naturally and free. And then also see if you notice any places where the air feels really stuck, really stagnant. And then begin to direct your breath right into those spaces that are asking for your attention. And see if you can't notice, just by paying attention to those stuck places, that it naturally begins to breathe a little better, to flow a little more. Together we're going to work on elongating our breath a little bit. We'll start by exhaling out through the mouth and sealing off the lips, and through the nostrils we're going to breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, empty, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, empty, 2, 3, 4. Inhale on your own count and do a couple of rounds on your own in this manner, making it longer or shorter depending on what feels natural to you. Noticing your body open slowly and naturally as you do so. And wherever you are in the cycle, finish that cycle all the way to empty, and then just go back to your normal breath. And when you're ready, begin to flutter your eyes open. So shoelace pose is what we're going to work on today, getting into our hips. We hold a lot of stress and anxiety in our hips. So we're going to set up for that. Gabriella's going to be on the side so you can see what it looks like from a side angle at all these. Gabriella, why don't you go ahead and come to your side. And Christina's going to be flipped around so you can see what arm positions look like from the back once we get into that. So before we actually get into the pose, we're just going to kind of stretch our legs out, and we're going to bring them out in front of us. And we're just going to kind of not go to your fullest length, but just kind of stretch forward a little bit, just giving our hamstrings a nice little pull there. If you're sitting on a cushion, you can continue, or you can move it out from under you. It's really what works best for you. We're just going to kind of get some circulation into our legs, a little bit of movement here. So shoelace is going to be set up just as you imagine. It's almost like you're tying your feet over each other. So to do that, we're first going to take our left knee and we're going to line it up with our navel going straight out in front of you. So bending your heel towards your back, and I'm going to get off of my cushion at this point. So it's just facing straight out in front of you. Then using your hands, you're going to take your right leg and lift it over that left leg, and then just let your foot kind of walk itself back. You could guide it if that's helpful. And the idea is to line your knees up one on top of the other. This is not available for everybody, and there's nothing wrong if it is. We never want any pressure on the knees. If there is, feel free to take a pillow and see if you can't put something in between to help relax it. If this isn't working for your lower leg, you can lean back and let that lower leg go straight forward. You're getting the same stretch, so do what's ever right for your body type. Take a moment here, elongate through your spine, chin slightly tucked, hands to the ground next to you, and breathe. And just see if you notice what's happening in your hips, maybe your lower back, wherever you're feeling it. As long as there's no sharp shooting pain, you're going to be in a good place set up for you. We're going to do a little side twist here, taking your left hand, putting it over your right knee. Your right hand is going to go up as you inhale, and then you're going to exhale it down to the floor behind you. Gently moving your chin to look over that right shoulder. Elongate through your back, and just go to somewhere that feels naturally good for you. You don't need to really be pushing and pulling, just somewhere where you could breathe in, really making space for air in your body and all that breath, and then as you exhale, go further into the twist. Inhale to create space, and exhale to twist further. And as you continue to breathe here, notice where you're feeling it. Don't run from those feelings. Just go straight to them. Breathe right into the spaces in your spine and your back that are asking for your attention. And then on your next exhale, we're going to come back to our center line. Now we're going to do just a simple side stretch, just getting our neck a little involved here. So lowering your right ear to your right shoulder. And taking your left hand and stretching it out on the mat next to you on the floor. Just getting a nice stretch there in your neck. Doing a couple breaths here. right hand is a pillow on your ear. Gradually lift your head back to the center line. Now we've been sitting here for a while. Our hips are kind of getting used and loosening up in the space. So we're going to go forward if that's available to you. So putting your fingers on the floor in front of you, we're just going to start to tiptoe them forward. We never want our hips to come off the mat. So if you feel that happening, I like to go to about the halfway point and then resettle into my hips and then continue forward. Now again, you could take a block or a bolster or a pillow and set it in front of you. You could lay your hands on it. Would you like to do that, Gabrielle? You could bring your elbows straight down to the floor. You could leave them stretched out. It's whatever works best for you. You could lift them and put your head into it. Take a moment, set up, really feel how you need to feel in this position. Relax your head down. And we're just going to sit here and breathe for the next 90 seconds. Creating space on the inhale. And on the exhale, we go deeper into the pose. Really be aware of the juiciness that's happening there in your quadriceps, in your glutes, maybe in your hips, wherever you're feeling it. Lower back. And let every breath take you deeper into the pose. As we get near the end here, we're going to, without moving, do 3 of your longest breaths that you've done, knowing that you're about to come out. Push everything you got into those spaces of stagnation. Really try to loosen your body up from the inside out. Long, deep breaths. Slow, intentional exhales. After you're done with that third exhale, you're going to push your hands or your fingers into the mat, raising your back, and then slowly begin to tiptoe your fingers closer to your body, bringing you up to a nice tall spine. We're going to get our upper body into this position now. If you have a towel, a yoga strap, a sock, anything that is going to allow you to grab your hands behind your back and you feel you might need that, have that next to you. If we can grab our hands behind our back, we're going to work on doing that. We're going to start by taking our right hand, inhaling it up and letting it fall behind. So your elbow is reaching straight up. Here you can take your left hand and kind of move that into place, just kind of making it even with your spine. And then very slowly exhale your hand down and bring it around your back, grabbing for that other hand. So you could see Christina's hands, you could see Gabriella's on the side there, how they're grasping in the middle. Now if you can't do that, this is where a nice towel or something that just gives you a little extender to grab onto comes into play. Here we're keeping our spine long, we're keeping our head raised, our eyes are closed. Doing a little survey, making sure we're not holding any tension behind our eyes, in our jaw. And on your next exhale, release your hands. Let that bottom hand come forward, and then very slowly bring down your right hand there. So here you can shake out your shoulders a little bit. Maybe you want to move your neck. Then put your hands behind you. Or no, that's a lie. Don't do that. Sorry. We're going to use our hands and we're going to lift our right leg up over our left and set it down on our side. Do the same with your right foot, left foot. So you're kind of set up to stretch out our legs. We're going to do something I call windshield wipers. And we do that by lowering our knees to one side, inhaling up through the center, and then exhaling them down to the other side. So do a couple rounds on your own of that. And come up to the center. Setting up for the second side. This time our right leg will be on the bottom. So guide your right knee to be straight in front, like with your navel. And then we use our hands to bring our left leg forward and let it kind of scooch you back. And here it's important, I didn't say on the other side, but we want to make sure that our sit bones are both on the floor. We don't want to be sitting on that back heel. What I like to do is push into my hands and kind of do a wiggle. Kind of helps me settle into place. And again, we're going to just take a minute here. Notice straight back, chin tucked. Notice how this feels. If you need or feel like this side you want to put your bottom leg out, feel free to do that just by bringing your hands behind you and letting it go straight. You could always take a pillow, put it in between your knees. Taking the time, really set up what is going to be good for you on this side of your body. Moving into a side twist, taking your right hand, putting it over your left knee, and then inhaling your hands straight up and exhaling it down to the floor behind you, looking over that left shoulder. Inhaling to create space and exhaling to go deeper into the pose. Just go to the degree that works best for your body. And on your next exhale, we'll come back to our center line. Be feeling a little more open here, bringing your fingers to the mat. And slowly I begin to walk them forward. I go to my halfway, just make sure my hips are still settled. And then finding that first point of resistance that you can be and that you can breathe. Once you're there, fill the space around you. We're going to do 90 seconds on this side as well. No need to try to mirror one side to the other. We've lived very different lives from one side of our body to the other, depending on what we do, how we drive, how we walk, how we stand. So just be patient. Injuries, not everything has to be mirrored. Just allow your body to be what it is. No judgment. Inhale to create space. And exhale to fall deeper into the pose. Just really allow your breath to guide you deeper. Again, notice if you haven't holding any tension behind your eyes, in your forehead. Relax through your jaw. Continue to breathe. Do 3 final breaths here. Make them the longest and the deepest that you've done. Allowing yourself to get to your deepest expression in this pose. And after that third exhale, you'll push your fingers into the floor, bringing yourself to a straight back, walking those fingers closer to you, coming to a straight back, and setting up to do a shoulder stretch on the opposite side, taking your left hand, inhaling it up, and drop behind your head. Using your right hand to help center that, kind of pull it in, gently pull into place, feeling your fingers on your back there. Again, you could use a towel, a sock, anything that's helpful. And exhale your right hand down behind you, and then reach those fingers together. Try to keep your head up. Back straight, and steady breathing. Usually one side of this is clearly an advantage to the other side, so again, be patient. It's a stretch we don't normally do, so we want to be kind to ourselves. And on your next exhale, release the fingers. Let that right hand move to the side. Inhale your left hand up and let it come down. Again, let's bring our hands gently behind us. Nope, that's a lie again. We're going to use our hands to help bring our left leg over and our right leg to the side as well. Doing a couple more windshield wipers. Exhaling down, inhaling through the center. If this doesn't feel right for your body, that's fine. It's really about just stretching that body out, about finding those places that may have been holding tension and really just releasing them. Maybe it's putting your feet forward. It's whatever you want. Just kind of loosen up in this space. And then I'm going to invite my guests to face back forward. We're going to finish together as we began in a comfortable sitting position. Again, a nice pillow might feel good here, whatever works for you. I'm just going to close together by circle sweeping our hands up on an inhale, really reaching up, bringing your palms together in prayer, and exhaling down through our heart center as we bow to ourselves. Thanking ourselves for showing up, doing something good for our hearts and our mind and our breath and our circulatory system and for our family unit. And we'll see you on the mat again. Thank you so much.